Rafa Mendes pulling guard straight away. This matchup is crazy. Look how big Andre Galvao is compared to Rafa. And when people ask me who I think is the GOAT in Jiu-Jitsu, most of the time I lean toward Roger Gracie or Marcelo Garcia. But then I watch video like this of Rafa doing sparring and his competition matches, and I am completely mind blown how good of a Jiu-Jitsu Rafa has. For that time, I think he was the most technical grappler for sure. His understanding of positioning and how to keep distance from bottom and how to create openings from top so he can pass the guard straight into a submission. It is just crazy to watch. And in this matchup, pay attention how he's always blocking the shoulders of Andre Galvao. Rafa will never attack if he does not feel safe, but also that is the difference from him and many others. Rafa has never been submitted in competition. People also say that they never seen Rafa be submitted in training as well. And in my opinion, big reason for that is that he will never attack if he is not in a safe position. Pay attention how he is using the knee shield to block the left shoulder of Andre Galvao and then blocking the right shoulder of Andre Galvao with his cross hand, you see? That is amazing. But Andre Galvao is having a deep stack pass here. And guys, Andre Galvao has his hands connected from the stack pass. And in my opinion, there is not another human that can defend this pass like this. Everybody is getting passed or at least forced into turtle. Pay attention how Rafa is blocking the knees of Andre Galvao and scooting backwards. He's using his head on the mat and opening his shoulders so he can scoot backwards. He can either go into turtle and try to escape from there, or bring his knees, his knee lines back inside, under the elbow line of Andre Galvao, you see? So he's trying to open that elbow of Andre Galvao, and then he will bring his knees into inside position, something like K-guard, you see? Because the hands of Andre Galvao are connected, and if I can see correctly, Rafa Mendes is not using like C-grips on the wrist of Andre Galvao to push the wrist of Andre Galvao over the knees of Rafa Mendes. And now Andre Galvao is trying different strategy. He's opening his arms so he can push the hip of Rafa Mendes up, you see, so he can stack him even more. But I think this is mistake, because now Rafa has more space to bring his knees back inside. Yeah, this will be like a problem for Andre Galvao, I think. He needs to keep his hands connected and try to stack from there. Also, this is very tiring for Rafa Mendes, because he's getting the full weight of Andre Galvao from top. Andre Galvao has gravity on his side, so this will be so problematic for Rafa Mendes. But if you can see, Rafa Mendes is still trying to scoot backwards and like bring his knees into inside position, which is very hard because Andre Galvao is not allowing Rafa Mendes to open his elbows, you see? He's keeping them tucked and connected to his knee, Andre Galvao is, which is very important. How you are using your knees and your elbows from this position. Rafa Mendes going for no arm in triangle, but yeah, this will be hard to finish. I think he's just scaring Galvao, so he can back away, so he can bring his knees back inside. But who knows, it is Rafa, so maybe he will finish him. You see how he's opening that elbow of Galvao? Very important. And now he brought his left leg into inside position. Just crazy work from Rafa Mendes, crazy. I cannot believe that anybody in the world will defend this pass. Like, it is so crazy. When Andre Galvao connect the hands, like that is almost for sure pass. Hey guys, most people study Jiu-Jitsu through instructionals that look clean, but they don't show what actually works under pressure. Here we learn from matches, where technique is proven when everything's on the line. That's how you cut through the noise and see what truly works when it matters. On my Patreon, you'll find free breakdowns from the newest matches I can't post on YouTube, full studies, and complete guides, all built to help you improve faster and train smarter. You can start free right now. The link's in the description and pinned comment. And if you're new, subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss the next study. But now Rafa Mendes is completely free. He really likes to play reverse de la Hiva and try to enter into Kiss of the Dragon and take the back from there, or go on a wrestle up, on a single leg wrestle up, which he is very good at. And sometimes he will chase the far leg, in this case the right leg of Andre Galvao, so he can enter into 50-50 position. Yeah, he's looking for it. Let's see if he'll manage to off-balance Andre Galvao. Yeah, just amazing, but Andre Galvao is just like running away. Yeah, Rafa is very good at wrestling up from this position, you see, but he did not manage to get it. But just amazing timing from both of them. Yeah, they will restart again into reverse de la Hiva for sure. Rafa will always go into reverse de la Hiva, like always, and try to enter into some kind of position from there. Sometimes he will play de la Hiva, but mostly he's playing reverse de la Hiva. Watch how close his knees are to his chest, Rafa's knees. He's always connected and compact, so it's hard for Andre Galvao to disconnect a limb so he can move closer to the hips of Rafa Mendes. This is very important, how he's always compact. Pay attention to the right arm of Rafa and his right knee. How connected they are. They're always connected. Just a spin through so he defends that duck under. That is one of the best defenses for that duck under in my opinion. Rafa Mendes went with the flow. You can also stay heavy with your top leg and try to push down the head of your opponent and then go back into knee shield position. Something like that. But Rafa mostly likes to go with the flow. And he is now entering into Kiss of the Dragon. Let's see if he'll manage to get something from here. Mostly again, he's looking for that wrestle up. It is wrestle up or go into 50-50 and try to attack a leg lock from there. Or wrestle up from there. Yeah, those are like his main positions. And taking the back, of course. If the leg lock does not work. Yeah, over under for Galvao. Ooh, that was very nice shoulder drag from Rafa, but it did not work. Galvao was not that deep for that shoulder drag to work. But that was very nice technique. Yeah, now you see how instead of Rafa spinning, he's being heavy on the head, you see? And if this triangle does not work, he will just like recover into knee shield. That is the second option. I like both of them. Yeah, that was very nice. He tried to do that Braulio Estima triangle, but it did not work. Reverse de la Hiva, Kiss of the Dragon again. He's just spamming this position. But now he's changing his strategy. He's going for mostly crab right from here. Which is very interesting because he did not do it before this. Yeah, 50-50, yeah, just stepping out Galvao. Straight into pass, but straight away framing from Rafa Mendes, framing that cross shoulder of Galvao. Very important. Like that cross frame, so important. Like if you learn one thing from Rafa Mendes from bottom is this, like always frame that cross shoulder from this over-under position and over-over position. When people are in this kind of positions like knee shield. Maybe K-guard for Rafa? Yeah, but he let it go. Yeah, Rafa is also trying to be centered with Galvao. But Galvao is going on one hip, trying to force Rafa onto one hip. So he can try passing from there. Also, in my opinion, it is much easier to enter into over-under when you put your opponent into a hip, you see? Instead of being centered with you like this. Yeah, again, knee shield for Rafa Mendes, framing that cross shoulder always. And now Andre Galvao is being much more careful. He's on his knees, which is very much different than what he was doing before this. Galvao did not like those entries from Rafa Mendes for sure. Those were very risky. And they're going very strong in this round. So, yeah, this is like competition round. They're not kidding around here. Both of them are trying to win. Rafa Mendes sitting up again. Maybe a dummy sweep, Marcelo style of dummy sweep, but it did not work. Pay attention how Rafa is pushing the head and the shoulders of Galvao, because Galvao wanted to go into body lock from that position. And it is very important to push the head and the shoulders of your opponent so you can free your knee line from those positions. Never let your opponent connect the hands into a body lock position. Like that is so risky. In tournaments that can cost you a lot. If you pay attention, you will see how Rafa Mendes never gave up an inch to Galvao. He's always blocking every position straight away, which is very important. I see so many people, even in tournaments, they will give up a good position to the opponent, something like chest-to-chest half guard. They will just give up that position because they're tired of defending their guard from distance. And they're like, in their mind, they're like thinking, I will rest here and then I will recover the guard. But if they get something like chest-to-chest half guard, you will just need to push so much more instead of being on distance and blocking them straight away. So never try to give your opponent an inch. Defend position straight away. Never give them a good connection to you. Because after that connection, you will need to recover with so much more energy and you will get so much tired for no reason. So defend straight away and never give up an inch. And Rafa finally managed to go into 50-50 position from that Kiss of the Dragon entry. Rafa pummeled his left leg into a leg drag, using outside passing, jumping on an underhook there but he lost it. Headlock, control, and now he's transitioning into Anaconda. Guys, pay attention to the left leg of Rafa, how he's using it to push the right shoulder of Galvao down so he can make the Anaconda tighter, and he got the submission. Hey guys, most people study Jiu-Jitsu through instructionals that look clean, but they don't show what actually works under pressure. Here we learn from matches, where technique is proven when everything's on the line. That's how you cut through the noise and see what truly works when it matters. On my Patreon, you'll find free breakdowns from the newest matches I can't post on YouTube, full studies, and complete guides, all built to help you improve faster and train smarter. You can start free right now. The link's in the description and pinned comment. And if you're new, subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss the next study.